Today, we set the Xfinity Series Chase. 12 drivers are going to be going for that championship. As you can see, I am in the lead with 6 wins and 35 playoff points. But as you can tell, I'm still over 150 points back of the lead on points. Of course, points really don't matter in the current system of NASCAR. But as we go down to the bottom of the field here, this is where things get interesting. If there is a new winner, William Byron is going to be knocked out of the points race. And so that is going to be a very interesting thing to look at. Obviously, Byron scored a lot of points. He's been a good points racer, but he hasn't been a race winner. And in this format, race wins are so key. So if you look at a guy like Brad Keselowski, Eric Almirola, Daniel Hemrick, Ben Kennedy, Matt Tifft, those guys can win races. So can Tyler Reddick or Ty Dillon or Jeremy Clements. All those guys run up at the front. So coming into the last 2 races at Richmond and Chicagoland, Byron's going to have to get a win to stay in, because somehow I suspect one of those other guys may surprise and take a victory. So let's head to Richmond. Richmond International Raceway, short track. That plays into our advantage. We could take our 7th win, gain some more playoff points, and take one of those opportunities for one of those non-win drivers to get in. So let's qualify, see where we stack up. Okay, so out of turn 4, checkered flag coming on the qualifying attempt. It wasn't that great. Probably could have knocked a few more tenths off of there and gone further up the field. But 27th is fine. We'll be ahead of most of my rivals, who all seem to be at the back of the field. But there's Daniel Hemrick in 3rd. So we've got a serious race between he and William Byron for that final spot. Let's find out who's going to get after it at Richmond. All right, coming down for the green flag at Richmond International Raceway. We are underway behind Joey Logano, who is a big-time rival of ours in this series. So I'm going to try to race him clean, but Ben Kennedy just got into the back of me, and he shoves me into Logano, and that's just going to cause all sorts of havoc on the start. Somehow we managed to get through there, in behind Coleslaw Custard and Tyler Reddick, who's a rival. Brendan Brown making a little bit of contact with me on the inside, so I guess we'll be forced to the outside as we work out here in turn 1, in behind Coleslaw. Going to try to slip in there between him and Brown. Nope, not going to quite work. Going to have to do it here in turn 3, which I think we're going to be able to do. Nope, okay, everybody's going to go low and slow. So we'll drive 3 wide around the outside of Coleslaw. He gets a little spooked, pulls out, and that will be around the outside of Matt Tifft and Tyler Reddick going off into turn number 1. And really working that outside groove quite well, if I may say so myself. Oh, and almost slipping in between a few cars there. It was Harvick going slow in the middle and causing some interesting things to happen as we make contact with Casey Kane. That's not going to be good because he's a rival, but hey, I'm going to hit the wall too, who is my ultimate rival in this, not even just NASCAR Heat 2, but NASCAR Heat Evolution as well, and NASCAR 15, and Project Cars, and everything else I've ever played in my whole life. As we continue to keep the rivalry going with the wall, and we're going to work around the outside of Casey Kane here. Hopefully get around him. Yes, we will. And it looks like, is that guidance counselor Brad in a different paint scheme? I believe it is. Fitzgerald glider kits on that car. That new random Penske sponsor that just popped up randomly one day, and it was suddenly on all of his cars. But anyway, oh, and Annette the Threat, very slow through 3 and 4, but well, maybe he's not so slow, because I thought he was going to hold us up, but he kind of held his own on the outside there. Hey, there's a space. Oh, it wasn't a space, though. And we'll continue to just make contact with Michael Annette. I don't know how I didn't spin him out there. I thought for sure he was going around there. And I guess we'll follow Reddick in here into turn 3, and now sticking in the middle, making a little bit of door contact between us and Reddick. I don't imagine Reddick's going to be too pleased about that. And again, we scrape the wall because I'm trying not to cause any more rival contact as we're just making our own groove here at Richmond. Almost catching the wall. We are going to catch Kevin Harvick there. And now we're getting swamped because we lost that little bit of momentum, and rip us when that momentum gets lost. We've got 20 laps to go on our fuel, 10 laps to go on the stage. We are probably going to have to pit at the end of this stage to make it to the end of the next one. Don't know if the AI will. That's going to be an interesting key to this race. And now seemingly we are stuck. Unless we can dive to the inside of Reddick here. He's going to make it difficult on us. Don't really blame him, considering some of the shenanigans I've pulled in this race so far. And Reddick really crowded me a little bit there. Wasn't quite as bad as he could have made it on me. Oh, we're going to chop him a little bit on the back straightaway, unintentionally the first time, and then the second time I kind of chopped across. Was just trying to keep him behind me as we make more contact with Kevin Harvick. He's not going to like me, even though we've set our fastest lap of the race so far. And in behind Bubba Wallace. Trying to work to the outside. Not going to quite get there yet. That was a mistake. No, it wasn't. How did the car fit into that gap? I will never know. I will never know how that car fit, but it did. Ryan Reed just got into the wall out there. That's not very good either. Just dragging the brake a little bit, keeping it down in the groove. And that was a good run through 1 and 2. Don't know if we'll get any playoff points in this particular stage. We'd have to get 12 positions in 6 laps. That's 2 cars passed per lap. It's not outside the realm of possibility, but it means I need to get a fire lit underneath it. Let's see if we can get her done here. Sliding down. Oh, a little bit of contact. Orange cone's dead. Well, we got 1 position. Didn't quite get 2, but we are going to probably get 2 here in turn 1. Really drove it off deep into turn 1. Holy schmoly. And now to the outside goes Harrison Rhodes, but he's not going to be able to get us. Almirola is looking for a chase berth, but he's not going to have it right now. He's in 9th place, just outside of that place he needs to be as we dive it down into the inside. That is the thing, though. It's all going to be about wins. I mean, if it comes down to points, clearly Byron has a huge advantage with his 901 points. I mean, I think he's, what, first or second in the overall standings. But again, no wins, so that pretty much means bupkis in the current NASCAR format. So here we go, in behind Blake Cook. Gonna slip up the inside of him, I think. Whoa! Whoa! Nelly! That was interesting. Somehow managed to not die. And William Byron is not near the front. He is not near the front. He is in 7th. Just ahead of the battle between myself and Cook. So we'll work around the outside. Cook not being too kind to me. A little bit of contact. A little bit more contact. 1 to go on the stage. What don't you like about stage racing? I'm going to try to hold it around this outside here. Oh, nope. Nope. Didn't work. Now we got to make sure we stay in the championship points, even though it means nothing. I like the idea of scoring 1 more point. Every point matters, except for it doesn't. 10th. We got it. We did it. So who won the stage? That's going to be a very interesting thing to look at here. It was Hemrick. It was Hemrick. Nobody is pitting. That seems strange to me, but I'm going to pit. I think the stage is going to be longer than whatever lap amount I had in the tank, or the fuel tank, I should say. The only problem is we're way back here in the with the squirrels, and that usually means you get your nuts cracked. So 16 to go, 25 in the fuel tank.
Stay right there.
And maybe they didn't need to. Maybe I didn't need to pit. Who knows? Oh well. Well, we've got fresh tires.
Hold your line.
And that's really all that matters here, because look at this, a 4-wide move around the outside and actually pulling it off. Pretty good. 15 to go in the stage. In behind Joey Gase. Trying to get around him. It's not really particularly working out for me yet. Contact with Armstrong. He's not going to be very nice to me about that. And suddenly, maybe my fresh tire advantage may be already gone. We'll see. Making lots and lots of contact with Armstrong. I did not want to get put up in the wall that time. No, thank you, please. And that will work almost into the wall. A little bit of contact with Gase. Armstrong is aggravated, but he couldn't quite wreck me going into turn 3, and we're actually going to get around Gase and Stephen Light, and now have a nice run here into turn 1 behind Jeremy Clements. Another driver who needs to win to get in, but he's not winning or getting in where he is in the field right now. Too much into turn 3 there, I would say. Too much speed. And I guess I could get the leaderboard up so that you guys could see that. I realized for whatever reason that had been shut off for a little while. All right, Ty Majeski, who's been like my #1 rival for a while there, he kind of turned up into me just a little bit. Thankfully, he didn't make too much of a mess. Oh, are we actually going to get to the bottom here? Probably not underneath Clements. Clements seems to have some good pace.
Stay low. Easy.
Underneath Bubba, maybe. Oh, sorry, Bubba. And here come the pit stops. My prediction was correct.
Clear up top.
There was no way the leaders were going to be able to make it. In fact, nobody really is going to be able to make it. So sorry to Daniel Hemrick. He's going to be doing everything it takes to win here, except for have good pit strategy, because we are going to probably put 2, maybe 1-2 laps on the field. Unless there's a yellow. Boy, that looked like Coleslaw was going to get turned by Tyler Reddick there briefly. And now it's a battle for the lead between the 4 of us. Kennedy, who needs to win to get in. Custer, who doesn't. Reddick, who does. As we slip to the inside of Coleslaw. Oh, and turn Reddick. We turned Reddick. Is that going to bring out the yellow? Yes, it is. Oh, we've just turned this race on its head. Holy cow. Is that the end of the stage? It's not. It's not the end of the stage. So we're not going to pit. We're going to stay out here. Try to take a stage win. So Allgaier, Logano, Tift, Cal Harvick, several drivers who need wins just behind Allgaier there, but not going to be a factor yet, because we are just going to pull away on this restart. And if we can drive smoothly here, we'll be on to an easy stage win. So get on the brakes pretty hard there. Work it through 1 and 2, or 3 and 4, I should say. 5 to go. Halfway mark of the race. And 5 to go in the stage. We work up the track just a little bit, but I think we're probably going to have this, assuming I don't break the car, smashing it into the wall 100 times. A second on Logano. So Logano has moved up into second, and he is, of course, another driver that needs to win races, or win a race to get into the chase. So work down the back straightaway here at Richmond. Do appreciate that Richmond painted the walls to look retro, or at least some of the walls to look retro. Appreciate that. It's a nice touch. So we've got 3 laps to go. And working our way down into 1 and 2. Harvick is now second. And so it's a Cup guy 1-2, and of course, or 2-3, and then the guy in the first place is going to have a Cup ride next year. Of course, if you haven't watched the rest of the series, watch the Cup Series hot seats at least, so that you can find out what teams I have available to me for the next season. When we finish the Xfinity Series, we're headed to Cup. So that's going to be quite exciting as we work in the groove. Should be getting the white flag, I think, right here. Yes, indeedy do. White flag in stage number 2. And slightly better than stage number 1. Looks like we may be cruising to a victory. And a playoff point. All important in this new format. And we got one. So, now comes a bit of a quandary. What are the AI going to do? Are they going to be pitting under this stage caution? They are. So we are going to pit as well, just to keep the fuel mileage all good, man. But we're going to be 26th. So that's interesting. So I guess The AI didn't take any. I guess since they have newer tires, they didn't take them. So we're on 4 fresh tires. The AI probably on 2, possibly none. Who knows? You never really can know, but we are back to racing here at Richmond and already driving around the outside. So clearly we have a lot of grip in this car on fresh tires. Just lifting off slightly early and try to drive around the outside. Everybody's kind of packed together here. Stephen Light is up in this group. We definitely screwed over Daniel Hemrick. There's no doubt about it. Poor Daniel Hemrick. He was doing everything he needed to do to get into this chase. And it's looking like right now that Kevin Harvick's trying to steal that berth away from him because he's leading the race right now. And if Harvick were to win, he would be in. Rip William Byron if that's the case. Of course, if Byron goes out and wins Chicagoland, and that's a lot of ifs all together there, he would definitely have the points to win the tiebreaker over some of the guys lower down the field who also have wins. We're just completely mollywopping around this outside here. Very, very nice. Ryan Sieg all the way up into 11th. Of course, now he's going to be 12th because we're probably going to work around the outside of him here as we get on the brakes just a little bit. William Byron way out of the groove, almost into the into Coleslaw there. As they're 3 wide out in front. Kane down to the inside. Coleslaw trying to run my line. It's not really working. And we're going to make a little bit of contact with Sieg because he was down there. My fault for that contact. And Sieg's actually going to get down in there because I lifted off the gas just a little bit, feeling like that was probably going to be an accident down in there. So we decided not to let that happen. And now to the outside, in behind William Byron. He's in 8th place, so not in contention. But, of course, at the moment, he'd definitely be scoring more championship points in case it does come down to points that gets you into the championship. Oh, as we make a little bit of contact and the yellow comes out. That was an interesting yellow to say the least. Well, you know what? We've had such good luck with fresh tires. Let's bring it into the pits. Let's get some more fuel. Let's take opportunities under yellows to get more tires and fuel. And in fact, we had a lot of guys in the back pit. Interesting. So we split the strategy a little bit there. It's a lot of the guys here in the back who ended up getting screwed by that first yellow. So you gotta wonder, are these guys trying to work a strategy? Well, regardless, Jeremy Clemens just drove around the outside and everybody stopped in both lanes. So not sure what was going on there. I think what we're having here is a bit of an accordion effect with a lot of fast cars trying to pass a lot of slow cars and everybody being in a gigantic 2x2 line and really not having anywhere to go. Let's drive around the outside here. Well, we were 4 wide, but I'm way out of the groove, in the marbles, and almost smacked the wall once again. Get on the brakes just a little bit. Car is a little bit pushy at the moment. As they're 3 wide out in front. That's pretty much taking away all the available lanes that I could possibly use right now, which is not very good. But now we can dive to the inside. Have a good run here on Sadler, 4 wide. And actually pull it off, make a little bit of contact with the boss man, a little bit more contact with the boss man. Boss man spins me out. We'll make contact with the inside wall. Thanks, Carl. Appreciate it. I guess you're not getting a Christmas card from me. I guess he's mad because I'm leading the points in his POS, and I'm going to Cup next year rather than driving his stuff. All right, so as we work around 3 and 4, let's see if we can get up through this little hunk of pack here. So we've got 11 laps to go, 22 on the fuel. We're quite good when it comes to our mileage. Does make me wonder, though, did I pit at the wrong time? Should I not have come in? Because I wonder if everybody else is going to be able to make it, because 10 laps to go. It makes me a wee bit nervous. I hadn't realized how late we were in the race. I guess the laps really tick by here in a hurry at Richmond. So David Land, it is time to go. Have no idea who's leading the race right now. It's possibly Harvick, which would mean Harvick will be in the chase. But we need to get moving here. If we want any chance of victory today, at the very least, we have to pass all the guys who pitted under that yellow, because they can certainly make it to the end of the race. 8 to go.
All clear.
The outside, Majeski just ahead. We'll try to split the difference between him and the boss, Carl Long, which we're able to do right there. Majeski drives down into me. I drive up into Ty Dillon. But everybody makes it through so far. Where do I need to go here? Outside? I think so.
Hold your line.
Side-by-side contact between myself and Ty Dillon. 30th position. Ty Dillon almost makes some trouble. So I jam on the brakes, get it slowed down through the center of the corner, making up more positions. 6 to go. Yeah, they're not going to pit, are they? Wow, I blew it. I blew it big time. Bad strategery from Mr. Land here, I suspect. Very bad strategery. Now we're rolling the car through the center of the corner. How many laps to go do we have now? 5. We may not even get a top 20. Oh, that was a big mistake. Why did I think that was a good idea? Oh, never mind. There's a yellow. So that's either going to help us or hurt us. Is anybody up front coming into the pits? No, they're not. But Harvick is leading from Logano and Tyler Reddick. Those 3 guys battling for that final spot. They're going to knock out William Byron. If they do, here we go. Ready to go. Back to racing at Richmond. Which of these Cup guys is going to knock out the next Jeff Gordon? 2 laps to go. As we get into Daniel Hemrick, adding insult to injury to him, and Brennan Poole, 3 wide ahead of me. I'm going to send it. Uh-oh. Into the pits. Yep. Well, that's going to end this race in a hurry. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, now the car goes. Well, we're gonna be sitting in the pits for a while. So by the crowd cheering, you may have noticed that the race has ended. It's over. We're just sitting here, just waiting to finish the race. But because of the way that all worked out, we didn't actually lose a lap. That's funny. We finished 39th on the lead lap. Wow, that was not what I expected. So, we finished 39th with a stage win. Kevin Harvick steals the thunder from all the Xfinity regulars, including William Byron, who finished a very lucky 13th because he got knocked out as well. Hemrick with a stage win, and nothing to show for it. Oh dear, what does a 39th place pay at Richmond? 31,000. Hey, man, I'd take that payday. And there's 18 grand from Motorsports Business Management. The points, well, that doesn't really matter. Let's take a look at a real points table and also probably get yelled at on Twitter. So, we just missed the incentive contract. Oh, I'm so stupid. Well, we won't get one of those unless we have a really easy one coming up next. Let's see what the incentive contract is as we head into the final race before the chase. Yeah, let's do this one again because I think now now it's not screwing around time. So, real quick, let's take a look here at the standings. And, of course, there's the points. And, indeed, William Byron is the points leader. But since he has no wins, when you go to this, he's out of... No, he's not. Well, wait a second. Oh, does the regular season champion get a... Oh, wait a second. I think the regular season champion may get a bye into the points championship? Into the championship? That's probably what happened. So, never mind. William Byron won't get knocked out because he's the points leader. Unless, of course... So, Blake Cook got knocked out by Kevin Harvick. That's almost worse. So, Chicagoland. This is where we are going to find out what the Xfinity Series Chase looks like. How many Cup guys are going to get in and steal seats from Xfinity regulars? Find out. So I loosened this car up a ton, but considering it pushes like a dump truck most of the time, that wasn't a very good qualifying effort, was it? 35th on the board. William Byron doing everything he needs to do to maintain that points lead, that regular season title, to stay in the chase. Let's see. I think he's probably locked in, actually, thinking about the math real quick. He's probably locked himself in, so really, they're trying to knock Harvick out. Well, will Harvick get knocked out? Let's find out, shall we? All right, we're in the top 35, ready to go racing, and we are. Majeski behind me, which is concerning to say the least. We've got lots, in fact, lots and lots and lots of rivals here in this part of the pack, so not particularly confident in this, as Majeski's going to give us a big shove. He's apparently running in front of him has caused him to get triggered. And we're just going to drop down to the inside, let everybody by, except for the nut-up car. Oh, never mind. On the apron, in the wall. Yellow would be nice here right now, David Hoots. Thank you. Well, that was a good start. Not really at all. Let's get it in the pits, get it repaired. I'm going to keep it loose, only because we're starting on the outside this time. I think the inside was literally the worst place I could have possibly started. Because it always feels like you have nowhere to go when you start on the inside. The only track where you really want to start on the inside is Chicagoland, because of the fact that, or not Chicagoland, excuse me, Homestead, because Homestead, all the AI run mostly at the top, as Lupton wasn't too pleased with my driving in the last last turn, I guess you could say. I would agree with him on that assessment. So we work down the back straightaway here. 175, 177, almost 180 in the draft. We work around the boss. Kind of have a bit of a sandwich going on between him and Lupton. Now down the main straightaway and behind Majeski, who was not too nice to us at the start. Let's see what we can do here in turn one. Well, we're flat out. That's a good sign. Means we, well, like I said, I guess I balanced the car, because it usually pushes like a dump truck. You loosen it up completely as much as you can. You have this big banking to help you turn the car, and you're good. As we work around the outside of Ryan Sieg, not to be confused. Oh, with Ryan Reed. Oh, also, by the way, the Twitter for NASCAR Heat 2 friggin' teased the 2018 update, and it's going to come with a track. It's going to come with Charlotte Road Course. So that's going to be exciting. Probably going to happen, or probably going to be out around the time of the Daytona 500, I would imagine, as the 2018 updates always are. So I would imagine new car as well, the Chevy Camaro for the Cup Series. Don't know if they'll do Xfinity and Truck DLC along with that, along with kind of the 2018 Cup Series schemes. I would be fine with just Cup Series DLC, to be honest with you. The 2018 series. And what would be really cool would be if they integrated it into your already existing career modes. Especially because I would be starting that weekend. I'm planning, as long as these videos work out the way they do, I'm planning to have it, to have the Daytona 500 for this series, my Cup Series debut, or I guess official Cup Series debut, happen in this series on the weekend of the Daytona 500. So if they get that update out before then, that means hopefully it'll all be 2018 schemes in the career mode. Again, this is pie in the sky thinking. They didn't have it work in NASCAR Heat 1 or NASCAR Heat Evolution. Oh, this Ray Black Jr. is going to be not nice to me. But seeing as how they've kind of looked at the complaints from NASCAR Heat Evolution and kind of fixed them, pretty much all of them actually, in NASCAR Heat 2 to some degree, you got to wonder, career mode integration for the 2018 content. Somehow I managed to save it. Somehow Ray Black saved it. Everybody is okay. Everybody lived. Even though Lupton's gonna, well, he's gonna help me out. Thank God these bumpers line up. And there's the end of the stage, 36th. So I guess I almost wrecked Ray Black for the for 36th in the end of the stage. William Byron got that win. We're going to come in. We're going to make a pit stop here because we're at the back anyway. And why not? Except for that's what screwed me over at Richmond. So maybe I'm making a terrible decision. Who knows? Stage 2 underway. 15 laps in the fuel tank. Don't know how many laps are in this stage till we cross the line, unfortunately. 10. So exactly the same amount of laps as we're in the previous stage. This time, hopefully, we'll run them all under the green, seeing as I brought out a yellow in stage 1. So in behind Stephen Light, gonna have a nice run here down the back straightaway. Don't know if we'll go anywhere, be able to go anywhere with it, but you know, we'll find out. Oh, look at that Larson line. You couldn't have put a piece of paper between me and the wall right there. We're working behind Stephen Light, underneath Ray Black Jr., who's probably not going to be too pleased with me after the driving I did at the end of the last stage, but you never know. Maybe he's forgotten already. Let bygones be bygones and whatnot. Well,
Still there.
even if he was letting bygones be bygones, I certainly didn't do myself any favors there by deciding to run into him through the corner. So now we're going to have to try to just run as fast as we can by ourselves. Don't know if we're going to be able to get back up into the pack by the end of this stage now because of the effectiveness of the draft at a track like Chicago. But the good thing is that I suspect that there are going to be pit stops from the AI here. So we may be okay. We may be saved by the fact that we made a pit stop at the end of the stage. I'm already seeing cars looking like they're dropping low coming into the pits. We're just going to have to wait and see as we come around turns 3 and 4 to determine what is going to happen here. I'm not seeing anybody from the back of the pack pulling in just yet. No pit stops. 0 pit stops yet. Lap 4. 7 to go in the stage. We are kind of catching up to Ray Black Jr. We're not quite there. In fact, Dylan Lupton's the next car in our crosshairs, but we are reducing the gap. It's not a quick reduction, but we're not losing anything on the straightaway there. It didn't go up to 1.7 between us and Lupton, and now it's 1.5 in the corner here. So that's very nice. We're definitely faster in the corner. Having the loose condition car certainly helps. Or I guess I should say balanced, because again, a loose would be the wrong thing to say. It's only loose when I'm underneath the car and they're pinching me down between the apron and themselves and their rival and they're running into me and all that stuff. So 1 second is now the gap between Lupton and myself. Can we pull in on him and pass him? That's going to be a question. Oh yeah, I'm already picking up some draft here. Controller vibrating. That is a very good sign. And there is a car in the pits. It looked like William Byron. Oh, could it be William Byron? Yes, it is. He's behind me. William Byron, the first car to make a pit stop. Was it scheduled? Or is he out of the race? Not going to matter because he's the regular season champion, and I hadn't remembered that they got a bye. But we're seeing a NASCAR rule employed that I'm pretty sure has never happened before. It probably never will happen. Is the points leader in a series. Oh, what is going on over there? Look at that. What on earth was that? That was a huge stack up going into the pits. Everybody was wrecked. And yet no caution. That David Hoots would have thrown the caution so quick on that one, you would have made your head spin. But somehow, I think we're going to get the lead here, despite the fact that NASCAR absolutely should have thrown a yellow on that. So we're on the outside of Majeski and Ray Black Jr. Anybody not going to come in? Nope, the whole field's coming in. So we are going to take the lead here at Chicagoland. Crowd going wild. 3 laps to go in the stage. Unreal. Almost getting spun out on the apron, though. We don't want to do that. Bubba, Brendan Gaughan, Garrett Smithley, David Starr. That's the rest of the top 5. If you are illiterate and cannot read, Ben Kennedy and Carl Long now up into that mix. Not sure how that's actually working out. Probably just because of cars exiting the pits and their relative positions on the track is why that leaderboard is looking so funny. Gone gets out of the pits, so the whole field is a lap down. Oh, I love the Xfinity Series in this game. It's so kooky. And we're actually coming up and potentially going to lap some cars here before the end of the stage. In fact, no, there's no way. There's no way. We're not that much faster, and we're also on older tires. Now, do we stay out and keep everybody a lap down? Or do we come in? Looking at the fuel, yeah, probably better pit. Probably better pit. We better get this done quick, though, because otherwise we're going to get trapped. Thankfully, we didn't. Now, here's the thing. We are up at the front. I'm a little bit concerned about how this restart is going to go, but here we go. Back to racing with 26 to go. That is the halfway mark in the race, as of course you heard. So how long can we hang on to this lead with a pack of angry looking Camaros behind me? Whoa, William Byron's angry because he ran into the back of me. Oh God, it's going to be a wreck. Somehow it wasn't. No, now it's going to be a wreck. There's no way this isn't a wreck. Still not a wreck. Still not a wreck. I think we may have survived it. Our bumper probably didn't, though. Let's see. Can I look at damage menu, please? Okay, I guess we're okay. We're okay. However, we turned this double file restart into a single file one pretty quick. So we kind of got to recover here. Get it some draft, because clearly this car is out to lunch on the 1.5 milers, as Allgaier's just going to give us a friendly little love tap down the straightaway. Oh, again, way wide out of the groove, and somehow hanging on to it. In the draft behind Justin Allgaier. Crossing the line, 24 to go. Big old draft entered in turn 1. Around the outside of Logano. Yes, sirree, Bob. Can we pass Kennedy as well? I think we can. A little bit of contact. Jones behind me. The outside. Can we drive around the outside of Kennedy? We know we're pretty fast. Ooh, in the corners, but nope. No. That's contact with a wall. That's contact with Morgan Shepherd. That's contact with Ray Black Jr. Around we go. And finally, getting a yellow. Ay. Okay, let's pit. Let's repair the car. Let's fix everything. Matt Tifft is back here in 37th. Kevin Harvick is back here, well in the back of the field, but it doesn't matter. He's got to win. He doesn't have to worry about it. We're back to racing here at Chicagoland, in behind the boss, Carl Long. Don't want to make the boss a rival, because that would look awfully stupid by having the boss and owner of my car trying to wreck my own, or his own car, his own equipment. So it looks like there may be a slowdown here in the pack. No, there isn't. Just in general a slowdown there. It wasn't anything particularly too bad. So we're going to work outside here. Of course, we got those fresh tires. 4 fresh Goodyears. Making that move. A little bit of a scrape of the wall. That was not very good. In behind Kevin Harvick, who is dropping like a rock right now. Can we work around all of them? That's going to be a tall order from me. Yeah, almost in behind Harvick. Not going to quite get there. Big shove to Kevin here. Down into turn 3. There's a stack up. There's still 3 wide back here. It's pretty much a plate race here at Chicagoland. 4 wide, that ain't going to work. Oh, maybe it would have. Probably would have, because Smithley went really slow. So now we got to gain all that momentum back. Yeah, Smithley's going to take my line away. Well played, Smithley. Well played. Give him a little bit of a shot down the back straightaway. Trying to shove him into the pack up here. Past Kevin Harvick, past David Starr. Not going to happen yet. In fact, Harvick's line was the one that was moving.
Stay right there.
Until David Starr decided that we should be going in the same place at the same time. So never mind on that one. 17 to go in the race. Driving as hard as I can behind David Starr. Got to work to the outside. Just keep that momentum up, Mr. Land, and you'll have something here on the outside. Kevin Harvick going to race me clean. That's a good thing. Tyler Reddick, probably not. Unless we can get around him nice and easy. Nice and easy. 3 wide around the outside. This is the Tony Kanaan line here at Chicagoland. Back when Indy cars ran Chicagoland. Yes, they did. It happened. That was a thing. Not anymore, but, you know. Working behind Lupton here. Around the outside. Trying to hang in the very extreme outside group. Or groove. And Lupton putting me in the wall because of that. Oh, shenanigan earlier. Around goes Tyler Reddick. And that was the friggin' non-caution of non-cautions because he didn't even lose it. What a bunch of hooey. Well, we're not going to pit. We're going to stay out for the... Oh, wait, I'm not going to pit. Uh-oh. This is the race of bad strategy, folks. Well... This, we're sitting duck. No doubt about this. This is a bad position to be in. 10 laps. We're going to have to make up 2 laps of fuel. Don't think that's going to happen. But if anything's possible, I mean, if there is a yellow, we could, and we have to stay in the lead. And Daniel Hemrick gets in the back of me, and that was really stupid of him because he just wrecked the entire field by doing that. And he needed a win. And he's not going to get it because he decided to try to wreck me. What was he thinking? Okay, so we're going to stay out again. Don't know if we're going to get 3 laps yellow out of that. It seemed like a pretty big wreck. Seems like something you would get yellow out of. But who knows? We're back to green. 9 laps to go. 9 laps of fuel. It's all good, man, at the moment. As we're going to block 1 lane of traffic, not 2. Not going to happen. 2 cars go around me. And hey, here's Bubba Wallace going to try to get in there as well. Send it off into 3 and 4. Car very loose because the back end has been smashed into about 100 times. Through the tri-oval. Big time draft. Lifting off the gas.
5 to go. 5 to go.
Jones drafting behind me. Now we got a 3 wide battle.
Low.
As around the outside goes Sadler and Coleslaw going to the inside. Nothing doing. 3 wide battling behind.
Still there.
7 to go on fuel, 7 in the race. Still right there. Making the number work right now. Don't know if we will by the end of the race, though. As Coleslaw is all over the back of me. He's looking to the inside. Which car is behind him? It's Hemrick. Whoa, what a move by Hemrick. Down to the inside. He's going to be very upset with me now. He's going to blame me for that wreck. So we're just going to let him around. We're going to let Daniel Hemrick go. We're going to let him go. We're not going to let Ryan Reed go or Coleslaw. We'll let Hemrick go. We'll let him try to chase his championship. We'll do the thing that Elliott Sadler said everybody should do. Just get out of the way. So we'll try to do that for him. 6 to go, 3rd position for Hemrick.
Still there.
He's got a long way to make up though, as we keep Ryan Reed behind. Hemrick is trying to get into the chase.
Stay right there. Clear low.
Is he going to be able to do it? Welcome back briefly, where we have gone back to 39th place. I don't know where the capture card screwed up, but it screwed up the last few laps of the race. In fact, probably the entire last stage. Suffice it to say, I got to the front, but it was all for naught because I ran out of fuel running 10th at the end of the race. Gaughan took the lead over Clements, or the win over Clements and Hemrick, but oh well, good things don't come to anybody. So let's take a look at the moolah, which is going to be paltry for my position. That also means I've screwed over my incentive contract, which is amazing. And the points, which we will take a look at right here. Oh, we made the playoffs. I forgot about that little cutscene, but we saw it. We saw the playoff cutscene, so we're nowhere in. We've completed a race, but we didn't. Oh, there we go. Darrell Wallace Jr. Xfinity Series playoff driver. How's that sound? Hashtag fantastic. Having a hard time understanding how David made so many enemies and the playoffs. Wow, he is just tweeting up a storm. Are we going to get another one from Bubba? No, we won't. So, the next race, of course, is the Kentucky race, which is the first race of the Xfinity Series Chase. Let's take a look at our competition real quick. So we are the leader with 22 playoff points going in over Allgaier, Byron, who got in on points, Sadler, Gone, Jones, Poole, Reed, Rhodes, Custer, and Suarez and Harvick, the 2 Cup Series regulars in the show, as well as Jones. There are 3 Cup Series regulars, David. So that's where it stands. Hope to see you guys in Kentucky. Hopefully the capture card won't screw up. I'm guessing it won't. I think I know what the problem was, and just unfortunate that it happened. Just one of them misfortunate things. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube. We will see you at Kentucky.